Welcome to Go Tutorials. You can watch videos about education, tutorials, and more. But before that, please don't forget to like, comment, share, follow, subscribe, and do click the notification bell for more updates. So our topic for today is applying basic language syntax and layout. The appropriate language syntax for iteration constructs do while loop. This topic is presented by Chris Jericho G. Sad, Joan C. Francisco, Donita Rose P. Rendon, Hans Matthew Holgado, and Lian Allison Nadayo, and is presented to Mr. Gibson J. Olaso as our computer programming teacher. So the expectation here is that the student should be able to use and code standard iteration do-while loop for text and binary files. Technical terms. Definite is the term used to describe when you know how many times the procedure will execute. Do-while might be similar to while loop, except that it checks the value of the loop control after the first iteration, which means the procedure can execute at least one at a time. Indefinite is the term used to describe when you don't know how many times the procedure will execute. Infinite loop is a loop that never ends. Loops are used to repeat a task as long as the condition is met. Here is how the do-while loop looks. But what is it really? A do-while loop is a control flow statement that executes a block of code at least once, and then repeatedly executes the block or not, depending on a given condition at the end of the block.
Here is the syntax of the said coding. There are two various parts of the do-while loop: test expression and update expression. Test expression is where you test the condition. If the condition evaluates to true, then we will execute the body of the loop and go to update expression. Otherwise, we will exit from the while loop. Example is I is less than or equal to 10. While update expression is after the execution of the loop body. This expression increments or decrements the loop variable by some value. Example is I increment. How does a do-while loop execute? First, control falls into the do-while loop. Second, the statements inside the body of the loop get executed. Third, updation takes place. Fourth, the flow jumps to condition. Fifth, condition is tested. A. If condition yields true, go to step 6. B. If condition yields false, the flow goes outside the loop. And lastly, flow goes back to step 2. The flowchart for do-while loop should look like this. First example, this program will try to print "Hello World" 5 times. After encoding, the output should look like this. Try running example 1. The program executes in the following manner. First, program starts. Second, I is initialized with value number 1. Execution enters the loop. Hello World gets printed first time. Updation is done. Now, I is equals to 2. Fourth condition is checked. 2 less than 6 yields true. Fifth execution enters the loop. Hello World gets printed second time. Updation is done. Now I is equals to 3. Sixth condition is checked. 3 less than 6 yields true. 7. Execution enters the loop. Hello World gets printed third time. Updation is done. Now I is equals to 4. 8. Condition is checked. 4 less than 6 yields true. 9th, execution enters the loop. Hello World gets printed for the fourth time. Addition is done. Now I is equals to 5. 10. Condition is checked. 5 less than 6 yields true. 11. Execution enters the loop. Hello world gets printed 5th time. Updation is done. Now I is equals to 6. 12. Condition is checked. 6 less than 6 yields false. 13. And lastly, the flow goes outside the loop. Second example. This is the Java program to illustrate the do-while loop. And the output should look like this. Summation is 176. Another example is that this code will try to print 10 consecutive numbers, and the output will look like this. Last example for iterating array using do-while loop. Here we have an integer array and we are iterating the array and displaying each element using do-while loop. So the output should look like this. Always remember to use do-while loop when we need to repeat the statement block at least one time. Joan C. Francisco and Donita Rose P. Rendon are the ones who made the presentation. Hans Matthew Holgado is the ones who created or edited the video presentation. I, Chris Jericho G. Sadsad, is the narrator or the speaker for the presentation. While Lee and Alison Nadayo is the ones who technically supports. Thank you for watching guys, and I hope to see you in the next videos. If you are not subscribed yet to this channel, may I ask you to please subscribe, comment down below, share, follow, and hit the notification bell and choose to be notified in all the videos that we are going to upload only here at Go Tutorials. God bless everyone. Bye bye.
Yay!